here. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a great day as always. Today I'm here with my boy Marco. Shout out to him.
What are you saying, guys?
His channel will be in the description. He's killing it right now. Make sure you guys check him out. But I had a lot of people hit me up recently, and they were asking for like cutting advice and like how to shred. And I was gonna postpone this video more towards like the summertime, but I guess a lot of people are trying to cut down right now. So I figured I might as well make a video, that way all you guys can benefit from it. And it's just easier that way. So I made a list here on my phone. So I'm just going to go through it quick. Me and Marco are going to give you our advice, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into it.
Tell you what's good, tell you straight how it is. A lot of the fitness industry is like a lot of like misleading lies, so we're just tell you what it is right now.
Exactly.
No bullshit, nothing.
So the first thing I have here is MyFitnessPal. Straight up, honestly, like if you don't have MyFitnessPal, what are you doing? It's literally the best app. I use it. I personally don't use it for when I'm bulking, but like when you're cutting, it's literally the best thing you can do. It's so easy. You put in your goals, your height, weight, etc. You tell the app what do you want to do. So for us, obviously, we're trying to cut. You put that in. It literally tells you how much you should be eating, your protein, tells you all your macros. It literally tells you everything. And you keep track in the app. So personally, like, I feel if you don't have this app, like, what are you doing? Like, you need to download it.
I completely agree. My favorite thing about the app is that, say for example, you're eating like a food, you go buy a protein bar or any sort of snack, you can legit go through the app and scan the barcode of the item, and it'll pull up all the info of like the nutritional values of the item and like cancel it out from your total daily macros. That's like that's the most clutch thing ever. You don't have to actually search anything up, and you know, like the main thing is like, bro, if you can measure it, you can manage it. So if you're tracking your stuff, and like, you'll no matter what be losing weight if you're following MyFitnessPal 100%. But not a lot of people want to go super like tracking their macros, but if you want to be serious about it, like extreme action, this is a kind of extreme, but extreme action produces extreme results. Like, you're bound to lose weight no matter what if you're following MyFitnessPal, but it's all how serious you are about it, you know?
Exactly. Alright, so number 2, we have macros. So basically, as you know, you have a daily caloric intake. You can find it on Google, just type it in, it'll tell you how much you should be eating if you want to stay the same.
BMR, look it up.
If you want to lose weight or if you want to gain weight, it'll literally tell you how much you should be eating. Yeah. So basically, if you go into Google, just find a website, put it in, it'll tell you how much you should be eating. In my opinion, I think you should drop that number. So let's say, for example, I have to eat 2,500 calories a day to maintain my weight, so not to gain or lose. I think you should start off by dropping maybe by 200 for the first couple weeks, and then eventually, as you progress on, I drop to maximum 500 less, because you got to also keep in mind that you're doing cardio on top of that. So you don't want to be eating too little, because that's not good. You'll lose a lot of muscle mass that way. And yeah,
I completely agree. That's a good, like, that's the main thing. The last point he touched on was, you don't want to cut too extreme, like too fast. If you try to drop like 300, 400, 500 calories the first week and still doing cardio, like you're like, the more extreme the fat loss is, the higher possibility of losing muscle. And if you're losing muscle, you're just like working backwards. So like, slow and steady wins the race, and you maintain the most amount of muscle, which is kind of key in my opinion.
Yeah, and back to the MyFitnessPal. For the macros, like I said, it literally tells you everything. It tells you how much protein, carbs, and fat you should be eating.
Yeah.
So the third thing, obviously, cardio. So in my opinion, when I did my shred, I did it about 6 months ago. I got really lean. I looked the best I've ever looked. What I did for cardio was a Stairmaster. Honestly, I find it's the best. The treadmill can get really hard on the shins and the knees sometimes. And it's just, I don't know, it's boring running in the same spot, you know? But the Stairmaster, I literally pop my phone up on the thing, watch YouTube videos. Exactly. It literally kills the time like that. So
like, Stairmaster is, bro, hard AF. I'm the hardest cardio you will do, but you will burn the most calories doing that. So if you're not trying to be in the gym for a long time, you just want to do your things, get out as fast as possible, like, Stairmaster is your go-to for sure.
Exactly. So the next thing would be diet. So basically just foods. So one thing that I did want to mention is tuna. Honestly, I know a lot of you guys probably don't like tuna. I didn't like it at first, but I forced myself to eat it. Tuna is one of the best things for cutting, even bulking. It's literally 30 grams of protein for 1 can, and that's it. It literally has nothing else in it. Yeah. It has like a little bit of sodium, obviously, but it literally has no fat, nothing. It's just straight protein.
That's crazy. I should know that.
Yeah. So if you like tuna, great. If you can force yourself to eat it, I know it sucks, but tuna is one of the best things, honestly. And obviously,
a quick recipe. I'm sure you can make some sort of like sauces in there to actually add some stuff to get a good flavor in that.
You could fit like.
And I'm pretty sure tuna's super cheap too. So you're college buddy on a diet, like you're gonna so if you're on a budget, like you're trying to save dolo, you're on the grind, like tuna's a good option, 100%.
Exactly. And then obviously you have like the ones that everyone knows about: chicken breast, broccoli. I know a lot of people question rice. personally, I still ate rice all the time when I was on my cut. Again, that's where macro fitting comes into. Honestly, I don't see rice as bad whatsoever. I think it's a great source of carbs. And again, if you're fitting that into your macros, I literally don't see a problem with it. One thing I would say is try to stay away from red meats a lot because they do contain a lot more fat, obviously. But I was still having red meat like maybe 2 times a week.
In moderation for sure.
Exactly. It's all in moderation. It's not trying. I'm not trying to like get like sick of food. You know what I mean? I still switched it up, had beef here and there, but just try to cut down because it is really high in fat. So for training, one main thing is lift heavy. Because when you're cutting, I find the heavier you lift, that's how you're gonna keep most of your size.
For sure. Another thing too, like when you're cutting, if you're noticing that your numbers are going down, that means that you're losing muscle. So the heavier you're trying to stay, like the heavier you're lifting, helps you can kind of maintain more of your muscle. Because a good like I said, like you're losing muscle and your strength's going down. Like it's not a lot, but you're still losing a little bit of muscle. So just trying to minimize that is one of the key things for sure.
Yeah, like when I did my cut, I'm not gonna lie, I completely kind of butchered myself. It was my first time cutting. I didn't really take it as serious. I lost a shit ton of strength. I went from like easily benching over 2 plates to bench press to literally struggling with a plate 25. Like I dropped like 30 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't too healthy. Yeah, sure, I looked good, but I didn't do it right. I didn't follow these steps that we're talking about right now. I lost a shit ton of strength. I had to build that back up. I'm good now, but like Marco said, you know, you got to be lifting really heavy. And if you notice, you're obviously going to lose a little bit of strength. That's going to happen. But if you notice that your strength's dropping a lot, then you got to take that in and switch something up because that's not good.
And like still, even though it's kind of like people might consider like a loss or a failure, it's still like it's good. Not like good for that to happen, but you learn from that, so you know like this is what I should do and what I shouldn't do. Like learning what you should do is the most important thing because everything that you're doing will react differently with another person. You have to find what works best for you. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, me, I took it as a lesson. You know, I know now. Next time I do it, I'm not gonna make that mistake.
Man, I think we're catching L's now. We're catching lessons out here, fam. You know, like that's what we're doing.
Alright, so next up will be supplements. I don't know about Marco, but personally, I don't really take supplements. All I do is take protein shakes. I do take pre-workout here and there, like when my buddies have it, but I don't spend money on supplements, except for when I'm cutting. When I'm cutting, I do believe in BCAAs, and I think it was called L-carnitine that I took, which is, I'm pretty sure it's a form of BCA, but it helps with fat loss.
Helps with fat loss,
yeah. So basically, I would take that before I did cardio. I didn't really feel any different, but I'm pretty sure it works because like I got lean. Like you can't really prove that it's working, but I mean by the results you can kind of tell. So if I was to recommend anything, it would definitely be BCAAs and L-carnitine.
And like I completely agree. And one thing about supplements you have to try and understand is like people rely not they rely too much on supplements, but they think the supplements are gonna be like that's like the main thing that's gonna help me that's like the main thing part of my diet that's gonna help me lose weight or build muscle. But you have to understand that like supplements. It's a thing where like it's a supplement, not a substitute. So you can't use that to substitute out like meals or substitute out like anything that's actually real food.
For sure.
That'll always be better than a supplement, but like Jordan said, protein shakes at post-workout I find are the most beneficial, super fast absorbing, like real food, like solid meals take hours to digest. That's why protein shakes.
It's so convenient too. Like, exactly. You have it with you after your workout. You put water in it. Exactly. Take it. It's so easy.
Yeah. Facts.
So next up is ab training. It's not, like I wouldn't really say like you need to train abs if you already have abs, because pretty much it all literally comes down to body fat percentage.
Sure, I completely agree.
When you drop weight, obviously you're gonna see your abs more. But I still do recommend training abs. You don't have to train them like me. I just like to train abs sometimes, especially when I'm cutting. But I wouldn't say it's really like.
No, it's not the most necessary to. A lot of like a big misconception people have is like, yo. You can do like 1,000,000 sit-ups, fam. You can do 1,000,000 sit-ups and you still won't get abs. Like the main thing is diet. Diet's like the number one thing. It's the hardest part, but it's like the most important part. So you can't just think you're doing ab workouts every day, you're gonna get your abs to show. That's one part of it for sure. You're building your ab muscles, so once you are lean, they'll look like bigger and more defined. But diet's the key thing. It goes back to my fitness pal, you know, like everything ties into each other.
Exactly. So next up would be how to stop cravings. So this is one of the things that I really struggle with a lot because me, like, man, I love junk food. Like, I'm so in love with chocolate. It's actually insane, but I guess like I can't really give you like a tip on this, but I can give you like my advice personally. You just gotta like remind yourself why you're doing this, kind of thing. So me, I would always just remind myself like, because when I cut, I did Christian Guzman's summer shredding thing. So it was a contest, it was a challenge, and that's what
good motivation.
Exactly, good motivation. That's what kept me going. You know, it was a challenge. I wanted to win. Unfortunately, I didn't, but there was like 35,000 people in it. You know what I mean? So.
Either way, you know, he didn't win or not win, he still accomplished a goal of his, you know, like getting lean. Like,
I looked the best I've ever looked, so I was happy.
That's like the main thing.
But yeah, so just how to stop cravings, honestly, you can have a cheat meal. I wouldn't say a cheat day, but you can have a cheat meal here and there, you know what I mean? Like a chocolate bar like once a week, it's not going to kill you. It satisfies that craving.
And like the main thing too is like you said, like another thing I always used to go by when I was cutting, like if you're always eating good, eating bad once isn't going to hurt you, just like how if you're always eating bad, eating good ones isn't going to help you. It's all about what you're doing consistently. So if you're always like eating clean, always on top of your point, like diet's on point, training's on point, like that one cheat day like won't affect you that much just if you're consistent every other day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the main thing about like fitness and dieting, like if your goal like weight loss or even like bulking up, like what you're doing outside of the gym is really more important than what you're doing inside the gym. It's kind of like a weird like concept to understand, but like legit, what you outside matters more than inside the gym.
It comes back to that saying, like, it doesn't really matter what you do in the gym. Yes, obviously it does, but like they say, like, everything's, like, made in the kitchen. Like, diet, everything, like, sleep, all that stuff's important, you know what I mean? One thing I also wanted to say is that also comes back to the MyFitnessPal, macro fitting. You can literally fit that chocolate bar into your macros. So, technically, it is a cheat meal, but you're not really cheating yourself because you're fitting it into your diet. That's the beauty of the macro.
Because science shows that like macro, like protein, carbs, and fats, as long as you're hitting those every single day, you can be eating McDonald's and hitting those every single day, you'll still be losing weight. It may not be like healthy internally, but you'll still be losing weight. If your goal is just weight, like fat loss, just hitting your macros, you'll lose weight.
Yeah, that's true. So next up is the sauna. This isn't really important. This is just one thing I wanted to throw in. Personally, sometimes after I did like my 35 minutes of cardio, I would just hop in the sauna with like a sweater on, just because it helps for you to get like that water weight out of your body, and you literally just sit there and sweat. That's why like the UFC fighters will do it like before their fight, because you can drop weight pretty quickly from doing that, because you literally just sweat out a bunch of water weight.
I'm not too experienced with the sauna that much, but from what I do know, I wouldn't like do it too consistently, because like it's still if you're losing that much water weight, it's like I personally find it to be like, I guess if you're trying to like look good for a certain day, look good for a show, look good for whatever event you have going on, 100%. But it's not something you should be doing like 4 or 5 times a week. Let's go to the sauna every day. And even when you're in the sauna, still be drinking some water too. Don't just go in there without water. A lot of people, I say, just keep drinking water. Just keep like getting new fluids in you, and like it's like other fluids are coming out of you through like I guess like whatever the perspiration thing, fam. You know, like you're sweating.
Yeah, that comes into the last point is literally just water. Water is super important when you're cutting.
And like the main thing too about dieting, like, when people are cutting, people find like juices, like people think juices are healthy. Yes, you're getting like a decent amount of vitamins in them, but it's super high carb, like high sugar. So I think about like a glass of orange juice can be like 500 calories. Like a 500 calorie meal will be way more filling than like a glass of orange juice. You just have to be like give and take. Like take something or eat something that you know it's gonna satisfy you for longer, not make you hungry right after.
Yeah, I'd recommend like I'd say a gallon of water a day, maybe even more. But one thing I do want to say is try to stay away from like juices, like sugary juices. And yeah, like personally when I cut, I literally all I drank was water.
That's me too.
Literally just straight water. It's the best thing for you. Your body's like what, 75%, 70% water.
And like when you're drinking more water, it allows you to eat more food instead of like taking those calories in from your drink. You know what I mean? Yeah. Alright,
that's pretty much it, guys. Shout out to my boy Marco. Like I said, link in the description. This guy's killing it right now. He has like what, 26K subs?
Yeah, true. I'm trying to grow. It's still a slow process, man. I've been doing it for a minute, but it just takes time. Exactly. Jordan's on the come up too, Doug. You know.
I'm trying. But yeah, we just filmed a video for his channel actually. We were prank calling some back pages.
Thotties, fam.
It was pretty funny, so make sure you guys check that out. Like I said, link in the description.
Respect.
And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Ciao for now.
Going to the jeweler, bust the AP, yeah. Sliding on the water like a jet ski, yeah. I'm tryna fuck you on your bestie, yeah. Chopper with this girl, so do not test me, yeah.